eventually.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone. Welcome to the Website 101 podcast, live lunch bites. We do this on the first and third Wednesday of every month. And one day we will get the timing worked out with the music and the starting, the streaming, and the Riverside and all of that.
Yep.
So for anyone who doesn't know, my name is Amanda Lutz. With me today is one of the Website 101 podcast co-hosts, Mike Mella. Hey, Mike.
Hello, Amanda.
And Sean is missing. I don't know where Sean is today.
Yeah, sometimes he pops in later, so hopefully he'll do that. He doesn't seem to be online right now, so that's all right. We'll go without him until he's here.
Yeah, I've been MIA and not awesome at logging into anything for the last couple of weeks, so I guess maybe it's Sean's turn. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So a few things to talk about today.
I'm excited about the first one. Go.
Yeah, so I just had a meeting with a client, and it's funny because during the meeting, one of the other people, like one of those AI note takers, showed up in the meeting. It represents itself as though it's another attendee, but instead of a picture or a video of the person, it says AI, whatever. I've used them before. I've used, there's one called TLDV, too long, didn't view, I think is what it stands for. Anyway, it's a AI note taker. You let it into your meeting and it listens to everyone. And at the end, it summarizes notes of the meeting with AI. So you don't have to take notes. You just talk, which is great.
So in
TLDV,
this client meeting, hold on. In this client meeting, was it one of somebody from like the client organization that had invited it? Okay.
Yeah, he said he was kind of toying around with it, and then it sort of automatically put itself into the meeting, and we started talking about it a little bit. And I said I used the TLDV before, but coincidentally, I had planned to use a new one that I have, which is powered by Notion. I use Notion to take notes. It's like Evernote and all that kind of stuff, and I use it a lot. And the paid tier, I'm not on a paid tier, but the paid one has this AI note-taking app, and it's a free trial right now because they just launched it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to try it. So I tried it during that meeting, and I'm very, very impressed. And I'm going to try it right now with this meeting. I'm going to take notes, have it take notes, and at the end we'll review and look at the notes. I'll show them, and we'll see how accurate it is because it's pretty impressive what it did.
Because nothing ever goes wrong with a live off-the-cuff demo.
I'm sure it's going to be
so
just
great.
fine.
So have you already started it?
I have not. So I got to share my screen here. I just want to show me launching it,
Okay.
So just one second here. I guess, can I only share? Oh, I can share a window. Okay. Okay. So this is my Notion thingy, note taking. What am I looking for? Like my Notion note, whatever. Anyway, here's how you do it.
A new Notion entry?
There you go. Thank you. Jesus. There you go. Anyway, so normally you would go like this and type page, and you can create a page or, do various things, right? You can create a toggle. For those who don't know, I guess, is it toggle? Yeah, toggle list. For anyone who doesn't know how to use Notion, it's like really cool word processor database type thing. But if I go /meet, see it says AI meeting notes beta. So I'm going to hit that. It adds this block here. I can take notes manually. I can also start transcribing, which I'm going to do right now.
Go.
And the cool thing about this is in Canada here, we have a lot of American listeners to our podcast and maybe viewers of this, I don't know. But in Canada, you're legally allowed to record a conversation between multiple people as long as one person in the conversation is aware of the recording. So that means...
Wait, hold on. Is that but the person making the recording?
Yes. So I could secretly record a conversation between you and me. That's totally legal in Canada. I don't know if it is in the States, but it is here.
That's well, according to all of the episodes of Suits that I have again just finished binging, nah.
Well, I couldn't like leave a recorder between you and someone else and then I leave the room. That would not be allowed, but because I'm not in the
Okay,
conversation.
I get that.
But anyway, all that to say, it says there when I hit record, it said, this means you got consent from everybody, right?
Okay, yeah.
So it doesn't jump into the meeting as that extra viewer the way the other tools do, which I like. It's not like people suddenly wondering what's happening here, why am I being recorded, whatever. Because this is
Yeah.
just my notes. I'm not trying to blackmail people or whatever,
But then that's the
right?
question. Because you're using earbuds, can it only hear you?
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? But
Okay.
the answer is no. It can hear. It's connected
To the
to
system.
Zoom, to Google Meet, to various things. Actually, I don't know. Now that we're using Riverside, that's a good question because I don't know if it's, it has software that it sort of knows that Google Meet is running and whatever. We're using Riverside to record this, so we'll see how it works. So maybe this will be a bit of a dud.
It'll
Who
be
knows?
a fun experiment.
It certainly will.
That's
So
cool.
I'm going to leave that running. We'll check it toward the end of the show and we'll look at the notes and see how it did.
I like it.
Yeah, but it's
Good
cool.
thing.
The idea of not having to write notes for a meeting, I love that because I don't like writing notes. I don't like not listening.
Yeah.
It's great.
I am I never take notes. Maybe sometimes it's like if somebody turns directly to me and is like, or I have volunteered that I will take care of this task, then yes, I will like make a note of the thing that I need to do, whether it's handwritten or typed up in a email draft or even just a notepad or whatever it is. But I have over the course of my career sometimes had a client or when I worked in an office, somebody higher up turn and point at me and be like, Amanda, will you take notes? And I would just straight up be like, no,
Yeah.
no, sorry. I've got to, like you just said, I need to concentrate on what we're talking about so I can actually
Yeah.
like put in feedback and stuff. Like,
Yeah. And especially if you think about like being in a meeting with a potential client, like someone, I had one last week where I met someone. He's looking for a proposal for me for a project, but it's my first time meeting this guy. I was just getting, it's a discovery call.
yeah,
And I think it's important that I present myself in a nice, charming way that looks, professional and whatever else. So
yeah.
if I have to think about writing notes as well, because that's important information, that's no good.
Wait, shut up. Wait, shut up. I need to write this down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, shut up. That should be the name of the AI tool that takes notes. Wait, shut up. Dot AI.
That's funny. I know that. So my partner Andrew, who is also in the tech industry and but sort of more on the marketing side of websites and whatever, he has used the Google AI to go through just like folders and documents in these folders and folders on a project that he was brought into. So that it would go through all of those docs and then summarize it so that he would
Yeah.
more quickly be able to catch up on the project. But this is, yeah, there are, again, just like with creating images and creating videos and with text editors for writing code, there are so many options out there and so many more that are becoming available almost daily. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to decide which features you want and that you think are important, and especially if they're going to be paid services. Like how do you choose?
Yes, absolutely. Because this thing is a free trial now, this AI thing I'm using, but it's going to be just in the pro version, which is I think 25 a month American or 20 a month if you pay for a year. I'm already paying
That's,
$20 a month for Cursor, and there's
yeah,
another tool I use called Raycast, which sort of lets you manage files on your computer and do things like that. And that has an AI thing in the pro version where you can presumably say, find that document with what's his name, whatever, and it will just pull up rather than you drilling through folders and that.
yeah, having to find it.
Yeah. So all of these things, I can see a lot of value in paying for them, but I can't
It
pay for
adds
all of
up.
them. So I
It
kind of have
adds
to
up.
pick. Yeah. Anyway, but this is like, I was already on the fence because I use Notion a lot, and an AI
Yeah,
part of it would be pretty cool. So I'd be like, this might push me over.
at
We'll
least check
see.
it out. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So what else is going on?
Um, I need to just be me and be curmudgeon and just complain about stuff failing
I'm happy to listen.
lately. It seems like everything all at once is starting, all of the hardware in my life is starting to fall apart all at one time. So I have a couple of years ago for my birthday, Andrew got me these really cool Bose, like quiet comfort earbuds. I like them a lot, but I've noticed in the last week, the left one I can't hear anything out of. And of course, they're like they're years past their warranty date, and so like nothing could be done to like fix them. And I'm reading a bunch of reports about if you like forget the Bluetooth connection and then reconnect it, maybe that'll work. And it's like, nope, that doesn't work. Maybe it's the software. Like maybe if you try YouTube instead of Spotify, that'll work. Nope, that's not it. The latest thing that I'm trying right now is that if you let them completely discharge, like get rid of all of the power in them, and then fully recharge them, and something about that will maybe like do a software update or like a hard reboot or something like that, which I don't
Okay.
believe is gonna work at all, but I'm willing to give it a try. But it's just like, ah, man, and it's just everything when you're walking down the street and you're listening to, even just when you're listening to music, yes, you'll get both sides, but when you're listening to a podcast, it's usually pretty even on both sides. And to suddenly just hear it on the one side, and it's like I feel like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
walking on an angle, which is kind of weird. So there was that. My watch, my smartwatch lately, that has Fitbit on it. When I swipe it over to like show me the steps, it's not even showing me the steps anymore. Oh, there we go. Come back. But it's supposed to, and like, I wish I could turn it around to show you in the camera. So even, and now it's gone, even though it's showing that scale, it's got zero
Yeah.
steps. And it's like clearly no. And when it syncs to my phone, it shows me the number of steps. So it's like, what's going on, watch?
Uh,
There's like a couple other things around the house that it's like, this used to work better. I'm having to press buttons harder. And then even my laptop, this is more of a software thing. I use, like everyone and their dog, I've got probably about 6 or 7 different email accounts that
yep.
email will come in on for whatever reason. And to have them all read in one place, I use the Outlook client.
Okay.
Sometimes, and it's only on my main Gmail account, sometimes Outlook won't send a message. It'll just be stuck in drafts
Really?
for like a couple
That's
days.
super annoying.
Super annoying. Like sometimes it sends immediately. Usually it sends immediately. Sometimes it sends within like 5 minutes. And sometimes it's just like, nope. And right now when I go to look at it and it's just like, this message hasn't been sent. And it's
Jeez.
like,
That's a
great.
that's a
Oh,
deal breaker for email.
something went wrong and we haven't sent your message yet. Something went wrong. And it's like, I don't, is it a problem with Outlook? Is it a problem with Gmail? None of the other Gmail accounts are having the same problem. None of the other various like it's just, it's, so yeah. And it just seems like right now, it seems like everything and nothing is mission critical and nothing is destroying my life and nothing is causing anything to like be new purchases or anything yet. But it's like, it feels like it's the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, that sucks. The email one especially, I don't know what I would do if I mean, I guess I better double check now that you mentioned it. I should make sure that
Yeah.
my email is getting sent.
Yeah. So I guess a question for you and for everybody who's maybe watching this and in the future, what email client do you use? I know that a lot of people say that they just use the Gmail client and then you can like pull in other inboxes and like have the list down the side. But I'm so used to the setup now where it's like browsers on this monitor, text editors on this monitor, and then sort of below my eye line still there but out of the way and like on the laptop monitor, that's where I put the Outlook client.
Yeah. I just use the web interface of Gmail for my email. It's not, there's no separate client or anything.
Yeah, but how many inboxes do you have being displayed on that web client, on that web interface?
I I think it's only, I guess it's only one inbox. I do have another um, like another email account, a Gmail account that when email comes into it, it forwards it to this account. So
But it forwards it.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's not. I can log into other accounts, but there's not. They're not being displayed simultaneously. No. So it's just the one effectively.
Yeah. So I've got my at gmail.com, I've got an Outlook account, I've got uh, three different inboxes from like different personal domains that are being managed by MX Route. So like
And you
all of the
use all those?
I mostly use them for testing. I do like at some points during my life I was using this one as the primary, and so sometimes messages still come in there. And for whatever reason, as many times as I've told my accountant to start using the Gmail account, he doesn't. So it's like I need to like sort of keep this account, especially at this time of year. I need to keep my eye on that account. So it's easier
Yeah.
just to like have one client that just has like all of the inboxes right there for me to see. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's frustrating that to Gmail, all of the other ones are fine, but to Gmail, it's
Right.
sometimes messages get stuck in draft.
Yeah. I think I have two. I guess I have three because my company has one that it sends invoices from. It's like billing at whatever. So that one's being monitored as well. But really, there's just the three, and one of them gets forwarded. So yeah, I'd be interested to know if anyone's watching this later. Put in the comments how many email addresses you have, even, or do you use an email client to manage them all, like
Yeah.
Outlook or Mac Mail or whatever?
Yeah,
That'd be
no, I'm very,
interesting to
very
know.
curious. I think what was the one that used to be used a lot, I think was called Thunderbolt.
Yeah,
Like, I wonder,
Thunderbird,
maybe
Thunderbird
Thunderbird.
by
Yeah, that sounds
Firefox.
better.
Those people, yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
I used to use
So, yeah.
that years ago. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Speaking of money and paying for things,
Yeah.
I sometimes respond to like RFPs that I see for projects, like, hey, we want quotes, whatever. I hate them, but whatever. Sometimes I reply to them anyway. But I just got one for, it's being hosted on Merx. Have you ever heard of Merx? MERX?
No.
It's like I don't know if it's Canadian or what, but it's like a site a repository for bids, like project proposal stuff, like RFPs. But it's a paid thing. Like the people who put the RFPs up, I don't know if they pay them to do it, but if it's on Merx, it's usually not anywhere else. You can't find the RFP anywhere else on the web.
Okay.
And to get it, you have to pay for a subscription to Merx, which is, last time I checked, was not cheap. And
Yeah.
I saw this thing. You get a glimpse of the thing, right? Like a little bit of what the RFP is, but you can't get
Yeah.
contact information or anything like that until you sign up. And
Okay.
I'm just like, I find this super annoying because, I mean, the idea of having those things behind a paywall to make me pay for the privilege of offering my
Bidding
services.
on a project.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's something weird about it, but I don't know how often people have to deal with that stuff, but I'm not fond of it.
No, I mean, like, okay, so from the service side perspective, I can see how they think that somebody came up with this great idea and yes, we should
Yeah.
implement this and I'm a little bit surprised that they're making the people doing the bids pay for it instead of the
I don't know
people
that part for
placing.
sure, but I don't know why you wouldn't, like if I had a project and I want to people to bid on it, I would put it all
Yeah.
over the place. I put it on LinkedIn.
Well, I
you know,
was just about to say, yeah, like secondly, I am surprised that the people who are posting their RFPs there, whether or not they pay for it, I'm surprised
yeah,
that they would like limit their responses. Their
Yeah, I
response
think it
pool so
works like
much.
that. I think they have to commit to only having it on that. And I guess the benefit is they have this big market of suppliers like me, well, not like me, but people like me, and therefore we'll get it in front of all these eyeballs or something. I guess that's it. I don't know, but
I guess.
it's
I mean, maybe it reduces it so that the people who have posted the RFPs know that they're only getting serious responses. But do you think people
yeah.
waste time just like replying to RFPs if they don't plan on doing a project? That seems weird.
I bet now with AI, I bet there's a bunch of more companies who just scour the web, find them,
And just
generate
put them
some
out.
terrible thing. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
shotgun, whatever that's called.
weren't you we were talking and weren't you just saying something about somebody who like you heard about someone who went on Fiverr and found something about
Yeah,
apps and yeah, say
yeah. I
that
heard.
because that was a
I heard
funny
on
story.
a podcast. Was it Oh no, it was a video that one of our friends shared in the Slack channel there, talking about AI, and someone on the chat said that he heard of a guy who was going on to Fiverr or TaskRabbit or whatever those sites are where people, hey, I have this project I want someone to build
Yeah.
for me. And he would find those requests, go to one of these AI agent things like Lovable or Bolt or Replit or whatever, build the thing in a matter of hours probably, go back and contact the guy and say, hey, I have an app that does that. How about you buy it off me for 10 grand? And apparently it was doing well for this guy because people think, oh, it's right there. Why am I going to hire someone to build it and go through all that? And I
Yeah.
can just buy this guy's, but not knowing that he found the thing, went and built it really quick with AI. So I mean,
Yeah.
good for him, but I don't know if I were on the other end, if I were the guy buying it and I found out that's how it worked, I probably would be like, I don't know, because a lot could go wrong
Yeah.
without any consultation with the client at all about what it needs to do.
Yeah.
You
Like
know,
that's the thing. If you want something that's going to be custom, like hold out for something custom and be willing to pay for it. And if you
yeah,
want something that's going to be generic, then I don't know, like 10,000 sounds like a lot.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. There's so much. There's a gold rush of AI stuff opportunities now, and some people are doing really cool stuff, and some people are doing some shady stuff. I think.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean, that always happens with everything, right? People are always going to figure out a way to game the system, no matter what the
yeah,
system is.
that's true.
All right. So we've got like 10 minutes left for our typical lunch bites. Let's go see what Norton is up to.
You want to check Notion? Yeah, you want to check it out?
Sorry, Notion. Sorry. Whoops.
Yeah, Notion. No, Norton's
Antivirus.
the antivirus. There you go. All right.
Whoops.
Let's see what we can do here. Okay, here I am, still running. So I'm going to hit stop
Yeah.
and see what happens. Generating title. First, I need to blah, blah, blah. It's doing a lot of thinking.
Identifying the main participants.
Look at that. Transcript captures a conversation about AI tools, technology, blah, blah, blah. Cursor, $20 a month. Raycast. See, this is the stuff we talked about, right?
Wow, it is. Yeah.
Let me see if I can make this bigger. Google AI. And these headings are awesome. Look, Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds not working. Fitbit
Yeah.
smartwatch not displaying steps. Outlook
Wow.
email,
That is everything I said.
right? And look at this action items. It makes it a checkbox. Check the AI note-taking tool's results at the end of the recording. Done.
Wow.
Check it off. Cut
That's
it out.
that's
Isn't that awesome?
that's pretty cool. So it
Look
did
how
pick up
accurate
all of
that
my
is.
audio.
Yeah, it did. I guess it works just fine with this thing. Technology frustrations, RFPs. Oh, it didn't. So Merck's, I think it's MERX. It's not
Well,
perfect, whatever.
but I mean, still,
Yeah.
I like how it's got the two R's for Fiverr. I guess
Yeah.
it's more
Got
well
that one
known.
right. Story about. Isn't that cool? I think that's so great.
That is pretty cool. I do
And you
wonder. I
could,
mean, we've only been talking for like a half hour, not even like for 20 minutes. And the
Ooh.
transcript, there you
There's a
go.
transcript of the whole friggin' thing.
I'm a
Wow.
little bit surprised it doesn't do different colors or something for each of us,
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
for each of the speakers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you know how sometimes, thank God I haven't been in one for a while, but you know how sometimes like business meetings will go for like an hour plus? Like I can't, like I wonder how much it actually summarizes.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. In fact, I expected because it's a trial, I thought it might say, "Oh yeah, run out of memory, sign up for the whatever," but it doesn't seem to have done that. These two like our meeting was a half hour. The one I just had was a half hour, so maybe there
Yeah.
is a limit. I don't know, but hopefully it would at least give me a warning so I can start taking notes after that point. You know, if it's going to stop tracking.
Yeah.
Because
I
that's
don't
the
know.
other thing.
That's
Once you're doing this, you have to you're relying on this, right? I'm
just
not
like
taking
sending the
notes.
email. You expect to hit send and for it to be
Yeah.
gone. You don't expect to
Yeah.
go into your drafts folder 4 days later and see the 3 client emails that didn't get sent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I don't know if like, well, I guess if there's an internet issue, then there'll be an issue with the meeting itself as well. So it's
Yeah.
not gonna. Anyway, pretty slick, I think.
That is cool. But then also, I wonder what'll happen when everybody, when everybody goes back to the office. Like, are you going
Yeah.
to have somebody, like just one person in there on their own individual Zoom meeting just to be able to like pick up all of the audio from the room?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
right. Yeah. Yeah. If it's
So
an in-person
once
thing, who knows? Tape
again,
recorders.
everybody use AI as a tool. Be
That's right.
prepared for, don't just constantly rely on it to do absolutely everything.
Yeah. Keep your brain as part of the operation.
Part of,
It's probably a good
yes,
idea.
it is a good way of putting it. All right.
Okay.
Nice
That
talking to
good?
you. Yeah, I
You
think so.
too. I guess Sean never showed up, but he's got something to watch later. It's going to be fun for him
Yay.
to see this. Yeah.
Sean, hi. Give us your notes.
Hi, Sean. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.